Hello, my name is Julian Bustamante, and I'll be presenting my mini TED Talk presentation for you today. Now, let's start off with a very relatable example. Let's say you're studying for a test. Let's say this test is very important to your grade and you want to get a good test, so your grade doesn't go down in the class. So you decide to study every night for the next week, because you know it's at the end of the week. And you put a lot of effort into this test, but unfortunately, it comes out as an F. Now, of course, this can lead to a lot of stress that is put on you, because you really didn't want that F, but that's how the outcome came. You might have had a bad day that day, or you might have something else have happened, and you realize at a certain point that there's nothing you can do at the end of the day. But all this leads to a lot of unwarranted and unjust stress that, in my opinion, can really hurt you and affect you in other classes, not just this one class. Now, the idea that I created is, it is what it is. Now, sometimes there's nothing you can do, and that's very true. And in a lot of cases, there is nothing you can do. After that test, after you fail the test, there is really nothing you can do to help that test. There's nothing you could do to fix that test other than do better on the next test. And that's why I think my idea, it is what it is, can really help you with that, because it's a way of saying, hey, I know I did bad on this test, but on the next test I will do better. And you know what? This test, it is what it is. I got an F on it, so now I know to study harder for the next test. And that's basically the whole premise. Now, some people can get too stressed about things that is certainly unneeded. Now, this happens a lot, obviously with the tests, and obviously with friendships, and dilemmas through social life. People can get really stressed for no reason. It's happened to me, it's happened to a lot of my friends, and I could vouch that sometimes it can be really harmful and can affect your grade, and it can affect other matters in your life as well. So, in my opinion, learning it is what it is, and realizing that, hey, sometimes that's how life just turns out, and you got to keep moving forward, is a very good, really good way of handling things. Another thing is that people put too much stress on themselves that is really unjust and unneeded as well. So I'll see that a lot of people will put stress on themselves and think they're the problem, think they're the issue, when that's certainly not the case. The case is that maybe they didn't put enough effort into it, and that's how you know you need to study harder for the next time. Life can turn out in a very specific way, so stop thinking about, oh my god, I have put much, I'm stressed out, I can't deal with this, and maybe, put that effort and put that energy into more useful things, and realize, you know what, that is what it is, and keep moving forward. That's kind of the message of it. And the last one is that people can really destroy their self-confidence. Now, this is a really big one that I've had to face with. I've had a couple of failed tests this year, and I can admit that very freely. And it can really destroy someone's confidence, and drive them to feel like it's that school in general and other activities in your home life, whether there be something you love doing or something that is beneficial to you, it can make you feel that it's not really worth it. But trust me, it is. It's just that you have to understand that life is what it is, and sometimes you're going to get an F on it. So, you have to try out for the next one. And that's the whole premise of it is what it is. You basically have to just keep moving forward. And, it might seem comical, the simple phrase, it is what it is, but it can actually help you see the lighter side in many situations. If you get, maybe there's a social problem where you can't communicate with others, and you try to, but you end up getting bullied. Now, obviously, talk to a teacher about this, but at a certain point, you can realize, it is what it is, and you just have to keep moving forward. Develop that tough skin, and you won't get bullied with them anymore. You got to keep moving forward. Tell the teacher, tell an trusted adult, and it'll be resolved eventually, and you'll make yourself happier knowing that this is not going to always be a part of you, and that's a good stressful way of helping with it. Now, this is backed up by things that I've read online. It is evidence. So according to the AmericaCancerFund.org, stress, the number 14 stressful labor is to lower your standards, which is kind of close to it is what it is. Lowering your standards can help release stress, you know, whether it be, you know, maybe with that failed grade that I talked about earlier, you can get an F and be like, oh, I needed that A. You know, I really wanted the A, I wanted to impress everyone. But you have to realize lowering your standards can really help with the situation. Maybe a B is not so bad. Maybe an 87. You know, you got A's all throughout your year, you know, hypothetically. You got A's throughout your whole year, and that one B, although you may feel like you're a failure, you know, you have to realize that you did so well on other things. And so when you lower your standards just a little bit and be like, hey, you know, I got an 87 or I got an 88 this year. I got a B this quarter. But you know what? It is what it is, and I'll keep moving forward. And that is another one. And also, according to Dr. Sarah Allen, you know, I read an article, stress is closely related to worrying. And now, this is kind of like stress. So worrying could lead to a lot of things. You know, obviously, you get more and more stress, you worry more and more. It can, you know, really deteriorate your mental health and lead you down a path of not trying in school anymore. And this is very, very, like, obviously harmful to your grade and can be harmful to other people, your friends. You can, you know, you can sever ties with them, and, you know, it's not a very good and healthy relationship to have with them. So yeah, she says that related to worrying, if you accept the outcome of worrying and you realize that you don't need to worry about all things, and you can put your more energy into stuff that can be useful for the future instead of putting all your energy into worrying about something that happened in the past. You know, maybe you got an F on the test. As I said before, you got an F in the test. You know, you're gonna worry about that, but if you just think, hey, it is what it is, you can use that energy that you would have put on worrying and you would have stressed out about and you would have not been able to sleep. You could put that energy into more helpful things. You know, you could study more. Maybe you can be like, you know what? I'm gonna start learning some online programming. You know, maybe you can start learning the piano. You know, you put all that worrying into maybe a new hobby, so you don't think about it, and you can feel more happy that maybe you've accomplished something. And realizing that you've accomplished thing is much greater than, you know, worrying about something. Of course. And so it is what it is very versatile in that way. You can feel like you've accomplished. You can feel like you've accomplished so much. Because once you realize, hey, it is what it is, you know, I got these 10 really good things happening, and, you know, one of them might be not the outcome you wanted to, but in many cases, a lot of people worry about that one outcome. You know, I've had that deal with me, you know, my friends had that deal with them, but what I tell them is, you know what, it is what it is, and you know what, and after realizing that, and they look at the bright side, they think, yeah, I got the 9 good ones, you know what, a 90% is still an A. So when you realize it is what it is, can help you mentally and help you through a lot of hardships that normally would, you know, deteriorate in your mental health. It's very moving that you can realize that not everything's gonna be how you expect them to turn out, and that's okay. You know, it's okay that everything is not gonna turn out the way it is. You know, sometimes learning that it is what it is and moving forward can really be beneficial to people. I leave you with my last statement is, moving forward will always lead you somewhere and will never take you a step back. You know, it is what it is. You might, you know, trip on the ladder to success. You might trip. You might fall a couple of pegs. But you know what? If you keep moving forward, you realize, hey, I messed up, and you keep moving forward, you're gonna pass. You're gonna pass, and you're gonna get to the top. So, thank you. You've been a wonderful audience, and goodbye.